Hey everyone, it's been a while since I did some watercolor, so in this video, we'll do a simple study of a magnolia flower. And of course, I'll share some tips on the application, selecting the colors, and just a general process. All right, so let's have some fun. I still can't believe it's been 3 years already since I published my first book, Painting, Drawing, a Simple Guide, and almost a year since I did the workbook. And also, for those who ask me all the time, what's the difference between the two? Well, this one, as I had mentioned before, focuses on the essential concepts, and this one is just about the exercises. If you just want a book that just focuses on pen and ink drawing exercises, this is the one for you. That's all it's about. And it's really based on implementing the concepts and skills and techniques that you learned in this one. That's pretty much the difference between the two. So I believe it's best to get them both together, but I can understand if you already have a grasp on things, then definitely this is the one for you. And if you're just being introduced to pen and ink, well, definitely grab this one. All right, so thanks so much. And also for those who really take the time, to leave a feedback, reviews on Goodreads, Amazon, I really appreciate it, guys. Even for those who just say, I like the book. It really makes a big difference to spread the word and also share with those and other people who are interested to know, what you think about the book and stuff like that. So it really makes a big difference, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Flowers are an absolute joy to draw and paint, and they actually make really good subjects for practicing both drawing and painting. So let's go over a few basic things. Now, I know if you're a beginner, you may be intimidated because you see a lot of people, they demonstrate when they're doing their painting. They seem to just, magically know their mixes. They don't have to test their colors before they actually apply to the painting. And they always seem to get their colors right? Now, I know it is not as easy as it looks, and that takes years of practice. So if you're a beginner, it really helps to just plan a bit and put a little thinking into what you're going to do before you just jump right into your painting. So for example, just look at a flower and kind of, or whatever it is you're going to paint, and kind of take an inventory of the colors you see. That's what I've practiced doing when I was learning how to paint with watercolor. So I would take an inventory of the colors that I would see and then decide on how I would recreate those colors from the palette that I had. As for drawing flowers, it helps to start with basic flat shapes and simple forms, always. All right. And depending on the arrangement of the petals, sometimes it's easier to even start by blocking in all the petals together within one simple whole shape to get a sense of the overall proportions. And then after that, you can separate and carve out each one, so to speak. So as for materials, I'll be using my Sminka watercolor pan set. This is generally my basic palette. I usually use 14, but I have 12 now. I think I removed my burnt umber and phthalo turquoise. So I'll be using my quinacridone magenta for the petals, and to deepen the value a bit, I will be using the sepia. And for the inside of the petals, I'll be mixing the quinacridone magenta with a bit of ultramarine blue. And the leaves are a little olive green, so I'll be mixing my phthalo green with either the yellow ochre or burnt sienna. And for the stem, to get that brownish color, I'll be using my sepia and mixing that with my burnt sienna. And that's kind of the reason why I removed my burnt umber also, is because I can mix it very easily by just using a tint of a small amount of my sepia in my burnt sienna. And that's pretty much it. I try to encourage you guys to use a really simple palette, so that way it really fosters and suggests and helps you, encourages you to mix your colors and not just feel like you have to use individual colors to create every color that you see. Try to recreate what you see from what you have. So there you have it, guys. Simple little watercolor exercise. I used the quinacridone magenta and sepia for most of the petals, and as I said, mixed in the ultramarine blue to kind of give that bluish, cooler contrast on the inside of the petals. And I just used my sepia and burnt sienna to create the varying degrees of the earth colors here. And I use my phthalo green and yellow ochre, and sometimes with burnt sienna for the green leaves in the stem. And that was pretty much it. It was pretty fun. Also, notice that for the ink outline, I make it really broken and light, and I only strengthen the outline areas where it's close to the stem, where I know there's deeper shadow there, and it also anchors the flower onto the stem. And that's pretty much it. I don't really touch or retouch these areas because I have to be careful to keep them light and open. And that's about it. Okay, guys, so I hope you liked the video and you found something useful or inspiring. And if you did, please remember to give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you won't miss any new uploads. And I'll be having a giveaway coming up pretty soon too. And as usual, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.